Welcome, everybody, to another episode of Hbtv, the show. I'm your host, Harry Bugarin. Thank you for taking the time to either watching us live tonight or even on the recorded version of it later on that's going to be posted on YouTube. If this is your first time, welcome. And if you are a continuing watcher, viewer, and subscriber, I do appreciate it. The channel is growing. The Facebook community is growing. A lot more followers are happening on the IG account as well. And I just want to say thank you. Couldn't have been done without any of you, without your support. And I do appreciate that. Much love, much love, much love. That's all love, you know. So again, this channel is built to, to inspire, to influence, to educate and empower. And, I try to bring on as many guests who do that in our world community. So as far as those guests, we have plenty more guests coming on. Very excited to interview and chat with all of them. If you have anybody in your network, again, I'm always looking for some great people. I love music. I love sports. And especially, I love learning about new things, right? Love bringing on people here on the show and just learning about new things. I'm always fascinated about different things that I don't do myself and especially that I can't do. So if you know anybody in your network or somebody I know somebody, please let me know. DM me. Let me know if you're following me on Facebook or Instagram. Get that message out to me. And I would love to contact your friends, your acquaintances that are doing something positive in this world community of ours. This is pretty much brand new to me. I know I've been in more than 7-8 episodes now, but this is my first time live streaming. This is my first time doing this. Again, I'm a one-man show here in the control center. So I'm hosting, I'm putting the content together, I'm testing out all the equipment of what's going on. But Mario is here with me as well. But so in my last episode, you saw the box on my face, and that was with my DSLR camera. I've never, on the OBS stream software that I use here, I didn't catch the box, but on the replay, I was looking at it, and there was a huge white box on my face. So I do apologize about that. Working things out. If you guys are technical and have any information about different things that I'm using or can use, message me, comment, all that good stuff. Leave it in the chat. I'll be checking that during the time that I'm playing some live music. So really quick, just wanted to show you a couple of these masks that came into my possession today. So again, we're always practicing, safety first, especially with this pandemic that's going on. It's still going on, obviously. And got some of these masks here. If you do need masks, this one's kind of cool, right? Some WB characters. This one's Mulan. I just showed you. If you do need some masks, let me know. I can reach out to the people that basically sponsored Hbtv with these masks here. I can get them out to the message to them. DM me. Let me know. And hopefully they can get you a couple masks as well, either from their created stash that they already had, or they can do some custom ones as well. Anitra Creations, I've been bumping that for the last couple days. Try out her food. She's ready for curbside pickup. Follow her at Anitra Creations. And again, Carlos Diaz, if it's going to be getting hot pretty soon. If you need some AC work at your home, call him up. The number's in the description of this video. Carlos Diaz, CD Plumbing. He did wonders on my AC. It was very hot that day. My AC was busted earlier this week, and he came out and fixed it really quick, and it was cool. Yeah, fair pricing in the market. So Carlos Diaz, check him out. All right, so we have another great guest today. Another great guest. Mr. Charles Venzon, all the way from Winnipeg, Canada. I'm going to chat with him in a little bit, get down with what he's doing now. He's going to tell us a little bit what he's been doing, what he does, and what projects he's involved in. So it'll be great to catch up with Charles Venzon. He's a photographer, an artist, He's a dad, so I get to see him. I don't get to see him much, obviously, and haven't seen him in quite a while, and we're going to catch up on that. But just seeing his posts, seeing what he's done over the years, just following him. Great individual, positive individual, doing his thing in the community, in the world community out there, as far as in Canada and what he's out there in Winnipeg. So we're going to catch up with him and talk to him a little bit on Zoom. I'm going to go ahead and play some music. We got some great guests coming up in the next episode. Going to play some music from Selective Fade and a little bit from S.A. Daz, David Arellano of Spanish Fly. If you guys, I'm pretty sure you guys remember him, them. Check out their documentary if you have Amazon Prime. Just type in the keywords Spanish Fly. It should get up on there. But those are two of the guests that will be coming on future episode, and just a whole lineup coming up for the rest of July and August. So stay tuned. Thank you for always tuning in and watching on the replays. I do appreciate that, and much love to you guys, and thank you for all the love and support. So let me hit you guys with some new tracks. No, not new tracks, but just some tracks that I haven't played on the show as of late. There's going to be some replays because I do love some of the tracks from the other artists that were here, but going to play some music, get Mr. Venzon on the Zoom, and then we're going to learn a little bit about him from there. Okay, so stick with us and stay tuned for a great show.
Dust is burning, the steering wheel's turning.
9 in the morning in the 818. I'm on the 101 southbound interstate. Windows up with the AC on. The vents closed, cause outside is 98 degrees, but inside it's froze. Lighter in my right hand, piece in the left. I'm hotboxing so the weed circulate each breath. Traffic moving slow, so I'm driving with my knee and making sure the CHP ain't behind me. Puffing in the passing to myself, I guess. On the radio, some old school Tribe Called Quest. I tap the ash in the tray and put the piece in the stash and switch it to the third lane and put my foot on the gas. And now I'm mashing, but I gotta keep my speed on the low, cause I don't want the popo to find out that I ain't got no coverage on the photo. 94 Corolla, plus I still got about a half of the hydro. I slide down the 405. Now I'm southbound, headed for a very long drive, cause everybody got the same thing on their mind, cause everybody switching lanes at the same time on the freeway.
Exceed the speed limit, tinted up and weeds in it. Lean it to the side so it looks like
Freeway music.
Exceed the speed limit, tinted up and weeds in it. Dust is burning, the steering wheel's turning.
Honk, honk, beep, beep. Everybody rubbernecking cause somebody just crashed. Now I'm about to miss my exit. Damn, now I gotta slam the brakes and merge lanes cause they flipped over their car and they about to burn in flames. It's a shame that you can't drive. Why you got an X5 talking on your cell, applying makeup at the same time? I guess you should've slowed down like most Def said it. Made the wrong move and that's your ass chick, forget it. Don't sweat it cause I'm almost at the destination. Right behind the Escalade, niggas playing PlayStation. Got the munchies so I'm looking for the next gas station. I'ma grab a bag of chips and a bottle of libation. See this Asian chick at the pump looking kinda fine, so I pull up right beside and hit her with a few lines. Now I'm back up on the road for the mission at hand. Don't need no more distractions, gotta stick to the plan. I'm on the freeway,
Exceed
man.
the speed limit, tinted up and weeds in it. Lean it to the side so it looks like
Freeway music.
Exceed the speed limit, tinted up and weeds in it.
Again, this is Selective Fade.
So I gotta continue on doing something. I'm buzzing, hoping I wanted it. I can stop all on the mission. I'm rise to the top, and I'm hitting this shit that I love in the spot, and I'm hitting the business to give me my time. Running the game like an everyday thing. I don't play games, hoping that they seem to maintain whatever it would be like if things take the same game, bang and slang. I'm getting my knowledge from all the OGs, from the old block, and letting me know that this whole world is a cold spot, and a whole lot that I hate and going on. But they keep on telling me to hold on and stay strong. And try to work my 9 to 5, even though every day that I be working that hustle, they be running all of my mind. But in due time, I ain't the shit to make or break me, but realize that you love me, you hate me, but don't I'll be showing how much you loving the feeling and never got find it. You're loving it, willing to talk. I'll be tired of keeping it rolling when I'm in control of it. Never be ghosted because I'm in hope with it. Keeping it closer when I grab a hold of it. Keeping it real, never acting the hoe with it, yeah. And recognize that it be that honest swagging. It ain't the bloods and crisp, but when I'm on tracks and I put them on backs and make it to be banging. I'm from that 6-1 when I need the ropes and I ain't taking out losses. Get it up when I gotta get done. Dumping in the picky and dumb, but it's even flossing. I'm dipping down the avenue. Over some of that island roots. Taking that sip of the deuce while the homies they fool. When it don't need to slide through. And it ain't no mystery. Homie, check my history. Then they relax down. There is the living my life. This shit to me. That ISLANDS dub ANGING. Murder Venzon, Vegas, Long Beach to the S. It's the ISLANDERS dub ANG. Yeah, no, we gon' put it down. ISLANDERS dub ANG. Yeah, no, we gon' put it down. In the vibe, and in the 405 for a long ride. Chillin' up in that Long Beach City for giving up nice live. What cats be throwing it up that 1-5? Ain't nobody fade us. We calibrated with reds and the homies select and fader. Hoping for better days, feeling like it's many miles away. So what I gotta do to maintain them at a young age? Watch my back, homie, cause many hitters be out there tripping. Contemplating, I watch them stepping while I be on me, self attack on my hip, instead of they represent. Homie, it's like that. Continuous hubs and death from all my island and cats. It's for that ISLANDERS dub ANG. Yeah, no, we gon' put it down. ISLANDERS dub ANG. Yeah, no, we gon' put it down.
Just thinks this beat is funky. Let's make it.
My man loves
pare,
it.
wag ka nang punyari. Alam naman lahat akong itong hari. Natanda nyo may lumaban sa akin. Nakita nyo ba kung anong nangyari? Yayarin kita. Akong ibang nakita nyo, diba? Hindi nabali, hindi ako mabali. Lahat nadali pag ako may sabi. Lahat ng babae gustong sumali. Yung ale, yung ate at saka yung kumae. Sa bagay, akong pinakang mahusay. Pero maraming sinasabi, hindi ako tunay. Bakit? Kasi iba akong buhay. Ibang tinitira akong bahay. Wala akong pakialam sa isip nyo. Alam ko lang totoo ang dugo sa puso ko. Every time I'm rhyming, I'm styling on them. Every time I'm rhyming, I'm profiling on them. Every time I'm rhyming, I'm shining on them. Every time I'm rhyming, I'm riding on them. Every time I'm rhyming, I'm styling on them. Every time I'm rhyming, I'm profiling on them. Every time I'm rhyming, I'm shining on them. Every time I'm rhyming, I'm riding on them. Alright, homie, don't fake the funk. Everybody know I'm the king like LeBron. Remember the last time someone tried to run up? Don't you remember how his ass got done up? So what's up, you wanna get done up too? I'm way more different than any of these fools. No worries, don't trip, cause I can't be broken. Anybody can get it when my words are spoken. And all the ladies wanna join in on these. Your mama, your sister, and your main squeeze. Who the best they say is Philly Phil? But a lot of these haters still say I ain't the real deal. Why? Because I live a different lifestyle. Because I don't live in the motherland, it's a different house now. I give no fucks what y'all be thinking of saying. I just know Filipino blood be pumping through my veins. Every time I'm rhyming, I'm styling on them. Every time I'm rhyming, I'm profiling on them. Every time I'm rhyming, I'm shining on them. Every time I'm rhyming, I'm riding on them. Every time I'm rhyming, I'm styling on them. Every time I'm rhyming, I'm profiling on them. Every time I'm rhyming, I'm shining on them. Every time I'm rhyming, I'm riding on them. See the shit that I spit.
What can I tell you about my next guest? This cat.
Hold on, I don't need no introduction. It's on sight. It's on sight. Pagkita ko kayo. It's on sight.
Ano ang kala nyo? Hindi ko pwede magkalito. Kala nyo wala na ako. Nakasunod na yung batang ito. Kala niya itim siya. Sabi nila wala ng prata. Teka muna atras. Ang kita mo lang nasa labas. Tignan muna sa loob. Yung totoo nasa dugo ko. Yung tendes o sipin mo. O sige English ko. Never judge a book by its cover. That was unsaid by my brother. Namatay siya pero hindi dapat yung buhay ko para sa'yo lahat. Mahamahal kung lahat kayo. Sa wakas sasama tayo. Araw-araw datasala ko. Kukunin ko ang tulong nyo.
It's on sight. It's on sight. Pag nakita ko kayo. It's on sight.
Dalawa, tatlo, apat. Walang mabanat sa lahat. Dagat, muntok, itong mundo. Walang usunggan ng tugtog. Walang tutubang Pinoy ito. Tululawa yung chikbeho. Di ko pa alam, sinabi ko. Pero ang gandang gawa ko. Tarantado palang Ilocano ito. Pag Ilocano ko, pag uwi ko, hahanapin ko si Vanessa Del Bianco. Bisita ko si Nanay Papang. Kumusta Grace Pag Masalong? Bulacan sa Palo, Cavite. Lahat sila nasa tite. Nabitin sa kanta ko. Kahit munti bahay kubo.
This next one is from my guy K9702 out in Las Vegas. All right, I'm about to hit you with this one. This is a new track for the show from S.A. Daz, David Ariano, from Spanish Fly.
Greed don't mean that much to me. Oh yeah, I'm talking about love more fault than the eye can see.
We're going to have David on an episode soon.
TV in the living room set with the leather love seat. We need love, y'all, and that's all we need right here, right there. Greed don't mean that much to me. Oh yeah, I'm talking about love more fault than the eye can see. Oh, now I don't give a damn how to tell a TV in the living room set with the leather love seat. We need love, y'all, and that's all we need right here, right there.
Sometimes I feel cursed, sometimes I feel blessed. Sometimes I wanna die, sometimes I wanna live. Sometimes I look at my past and reminisce. Sometimes I don't look cause the pain is too immense. Sometimes I think I don't make it this far. Sometimes I look up and I wish upon a star. Sometimes I ask why the world is a ghetto full of agony and pain and to survivors the struggle. Sometimes I just relax and slow it down. Give thanks to the Lord and I crack a smile. Sometimes even beauty can become ugly. Just look at the rich full of money but unhappy. Sometimes I feel weak like I ain't gon' make it. Sometimes I just wanna squeeze it cause I just can't take it. Sometimes I forget and just let it go and let the music take me. Let the music take me.
Greed don't mean that much to me. Oh yeah, I'm talking about love more fault than the eye can see. Oh, now I don't give a damn how to tell a TV in the living room set with the leather love seat. We need love, y'all, and that's all we need right here, right there.
Every day someone dies, someone's born. Every day another shooting, someone hits the floor. Every day another homie sent to prison. And I pray, Lord, would you please forgive them? Every day you lose hope and your world is done. Just remember you're stronger by weakness and wiser you become. Every day another struggle at the crossroad. Every day hold on, never let go. Every day another murder in the barrio. Every day another victim to tecato. Every day is hard to see that the truth and the word is what sets you free. Every day spread love, peace, no hate. Don't discriminate, man, how long will it take? Damn. Every day more war, no peace. Every day front page crisis in the Middle East. Why?
Greed don't mean that much to me. Oh yeah, I'm talking about love more fault than the eye can see. Oh, now I don't give a damn.
All right, everybody. Thank you for listening. And that's some new tracks from some new people that will be joining us on the episode. I'm going to go ahead and transition to a little break. I'm going to set up Mr. Charles Venzon on the Zoom, and then I'll come right back and check it out with him. So please stay tuned. All right, everybody. I got Mr. Venzon on the Zoom. I'm about to bring him in again. His name is Charles Venzon, coming all the way from Winnipeg, Canada. Please welcome our special guest tonight, Mr. Charles Venzon. Charles, how you doing?
Good, man. Good to see you. Good to hear from you. Long time.
Absolutely. So, Good. It's good to see your face. Good to hear your voice, brother. It's been a long time. Looking forward to the conversation, man. I haven't seen you in a while, so do me a favor. Let's tell our audience out there. I always ask all of my guests to give their 30-second elevator speech of who you are, what you do, and all that good stuff.
Sounds good. My name's Charles Venzon. I'm an artist. I live in Winnipeg, Manitoba, Canada. My background has been working in the film industry, and I love photography and I love video. Multi and interdisciplinary artist. Currently, I'm fascinated in a lot of the virtual reality and kind of pushing the limits with like how to use like this pro-consumer, it's kind of a toy, and like make it useful for my art practice. I'm really interested in telling my mother's migration story. She came to Winnipeg as a seamstress from the Philippines in the early 70s. And yeah, man, I'm like really into just exploring what life was like for her then, and making it palatable for people to experience now. You know?
Awesome, man. And let me just give the viewers a little background about Charles Venzon and myself. I met Charles in Japan in 2001. I had an opportunity to live and work in Japan and work with the Nova Corporation teaching English. Charles was there, and I don't exactly remember the place and time where we did meet, but I did meet him there. He was in one department or doing one type of English, which is kind of crazy now, because during the COVID era now, the stuff that Charles was doing 20 years plus ago, he was doing, we're doing now with all the teachers. So Charles was in the pretty much the remote teaching area where he would have 4 students on camera, and it would be on the screen and he would see everybody, kind of like what a lot of our teachers are doing now. I was in the opposite traditional role as teaching face-to-face or even one-on-one, upfront and personal. So just really quick, Charles, the last time I seen you, I've been trying to catch up with you and we have one connection. Shout out to Dalla McCullough out there. I've been reaching out to Dalla, and she says you guys ran in the same circle. She gave me the information to get in touch with you. But the last time I saw you was probably in 2002. So I know you probably went back to Winnipeg or in Canada. So just bring me up to speed. Like, what was going on with you then, and was your photography and your art still a big impact for you during those times before we even reconnected for this?
Yeah, man. Like when I was in Japan, I guess I just finished art school, and I was really into videotaping vignettes and just everyday life, and just watching people, looking how people behave and interact, and so I would just take video snippets of that and then kind of loop them, or just like put a soundtrack to them and just kind of mess with them a little bit. And then in Japan, I didn't have the language, and so observation, my eyes became my like lifesaver out there, and I really needed to kind of figure out a way to still stay creative outside of our 9-to-5 job. And doing video vignettes and that type of thing was definitely of an interest to me. But I stumbled upon a photographer who, Steve McCurry from Magnum, it's a photo agency. And it seemed like in this one photo, he summed up everything that I wanted to say in one photo that I was doing in like 20, 30-second vignettes.
Wow.
And I thought to myself, I got a lot to learn. I need to like put this camera down, and I need to slow things down, and I need to just focus on the shot, composition, the timing. How the hell did he get this shot? And the shot was if you can imagine a shot of like some bridge. I guess it's LA, and on the bridge there's a barrier preventing people from like falling over, and in the barrier there's like a little oval window with an iron kind of like, you know, sight lines that kind of like similar to the Public Enemy, you know,
Right.
logo. And in the sight lines and within the crosshairs and just the natural kind of design of the way that bridge was built, you see a surfer kind of like catching a wave right in the sight line. And I thought to myself, well, there's so much going on that needed to happen, and all the stars needed to align for this guy to have like nailed that frame, get that shot, and say that's the one for me.
Right.
And,
So, what's in my intro for the show, I was talking about, like, it always amazes me to learn something new and to see people doing that, especially if I can't do it. So, just going with photography, I mean, I'm picking up a camera and just taking snapshots, right? And thinking, like, maybe out of 100 shots, maybe one of them is kind of okay. But I don't have that eye, and it's the way you just broke it down right now is like, wow, that's very cool. There's so many things going on, so many attributes of one thing and another, the lighting, what's going on behind this and that. And just really quick, I noticed on your profile picture in IG, it is the crosshairs. Is that something that where it's originated from, or you just it just came out like that?
It just came out like that. Like that shot was actually in Chelsea in New York, and it was just like this window pane that got graphed black on, just black paint on a glass pane, and I just really liked the treatment of it, and I just kind of framed it that way. I switched it up just recently, but like, you know, it really definitely, it's not a perfect crosshairs, and I think that's intentional. There is not like the, you know, getting that perfect shot to me is not really like what it's about. It's about a little bit of that imperfection. So yeah.
That's awesome. Again, you're watching Hbtv with your host Harry Bugarin and my special guest all the way from Winnipeg, Charles Venzon. All right, so you move back, you knowing that you have to learn more about your craft, about your art. And so take me through with, like, when you got back, like, how did you get more into photography as a career? Did you have to intern? Did you have to seek out different jobs? You know, things like that. What type of challenges did you have to go through to get that?
Right. So I guess just to like earn, you know, just to kind of just do my reps, I got a job at a photo lab because I was still shooting film back then. And so to earn a living, I was printing other people's photos in black and white. So 9 to 5, just studying everything in the post, you know. And I learned a lot, you know, and just from what I could read a negative and be able to like tell how I want to print it without even doing any tests.
Wow.
After 2.5 years of doing that, then and then at that point, I was still shooting, you know, still trying to make a name for myself. Winnipeg is a small, like, it's a big town, small city. You know? So, I mean, there isn't a lot of like opportunity, and so you kind of have to like be clever, you know. And so I did a couple of like, you know, gigs here and there, shooting bands and shooting whatever that would pay me. I would shoot contemporary dancers. I would just have the opportunity to make a little bit of side cash, and then also get my name out, but primarily get good shots. And a gig came up where I was able to photograph this hip hop group called Res Official. It was my first break into seeing kind of the world of filmmaking, how music videos were made, and I got invited to that set. We got to go to Pine Falls Reservation, and it was like a crazy scene, man. It was like well directed. Len Peterson called me out, and Michael Marshall was the DP, and you know, gang scenes, you know, police, like, people, and like all of this reenaction, and him speaking to his people, and it was really inspiring. But what I got some great shots, but I also got a taste of what went on behind the camera.
Right.
And then So I started to like talk to everyone on that crew, introduce myself. I said, hey, how do I get in with film, camera?
Yeah.
I want to learn everything. And, you know, I got a call, and it was an opportunity to do some training and assisting on a very like, oh man, it was like peanuts pay, but I felt like I was getting paid to learn, and I did that for like 8 years.
Wow.
From training to second assistant, first assistant, to camera operator, to even DP sometimes. You know? Got to work with some greats, and yeah, man, that was like my master's class. You know?
Well, reason why I ask, right? Because again, this is something brand new to me, and you know, where you're taking me back to when you first started, and it's like for people trying to or even interested in something that you're doing. I know the game has been changed over the years, probably. Just like when I had a couple of my producers on the show, who started back in the late '90s or even early '90s, right? So. Has it really evolved and changed to where, you know, that young Charles Venzon trying to get in, is it a little bit easier now, or is there more challenges now?
That's a good question. Cool. I mean, I don't know, actually, to be honest, because I've been kind of sitting back for the last 7-8 years with this day job. I haven't really been out there on a hustle. Still shooting, mind you.
Yeah.
But I've been kind of like, I haven't really been out there kind of testing it out and seeing like how people turn over dollars on a contract, contracts, and doing commercial work. But, you know, with social media and all the tech now, I don't know. It's a tough one to say, Harry. I don't have an honest answer.
No problem. No worries.
I don't have my, like, I'm not at the pulse for that, you know? Yeah, like I'm not, but I'd imagine it'd be, like, maybe if I had to guess, it'd be even harder.
Really?
I think so.
Wow.
I think everyone, with the amount of people that are so good now, you know, just like from hobbyists to people that just like, well, I'm just gonna go take some photos of my friends, and they're like incredibly
Yes. I see that on vloggers all the time. You know what I mean? It looks amazing. Yes.
Right. And like everyone's got an opinion, and like you have clients that are like, well, I could shoot that on my iPhone. Like, how do you like? I don't know. So,
yeah, it's wild, right? It's wild.
Yeah.
So again, you're watching Hbtv, the show, with your host Harry Bulgarian, and we are here with my man Charles Venzon, all the way from Winnipeg, representing the Phil cans out there, right? So we're on the Phil Am side over here. So just going on with your work now. I want to transition to some of the projects and the work that you have done over the years. Can you just highlight some of those for us that can come off the top of your head?
Sure. Now, I have a performance art background.
Okay.
You know, so even when I went to Japan, like I did a performance where I fried up, I don't know, 32 pounds worth of onions, and I chopped them up and did a face plant into them. You know? And like,
do you have that video? Do you have that video?
I don't. I must have it. I know I do.
Oh man, you got to send that next time. But keep going. Yeah. The onions and the face plant. Go ahead.
Even behind the camera, it's like kind of a performance for me now too, right?
Sure.
And perhaps it's been a while since I've been in front of the lens and behind, in like actually doing performances. But you know, having a performance background, I'm like thinking about like, you know, more so with. So I did a piece called First Kiss, where I invited like people to that were coming in to just experience performance art, sign them up, and like did a waiver, and I asked complete strangers to just kind of stand in a row. I think that there were like 40 volunteers, and I just put them out on a grid, gave them a set of those waxed lips that you would have like growing up.
Yeah.
And pre-COVID, just still thinking about like sanitary things, and I said some words. I was really into poetry, and I feel like writing has always been like my sketch, and I said some words talking about the first kiss and it being that feeling where it's like your opportunity to either kiss the person or dismiss the person, you know? And like some people still kiss it and they're like, peace, but you know, and so I gave these complete strangers an opportunity to either kiss or dismiss these people that they were placed side by side, and I documented that. So from performances like that to, you know, going to the Philippines after Japan, kind of getting in touch with my roots, trying to figure out what kind of world my folks left behind to come to Winnipeg.
Yeah.
Kind of like, yeah, it was like a pilgrimage almost, you know, and like I felt like I was grasping at straws to see my dad's side, but my mom's side was quite available to me.
Sure.
It took me a long time to pull up my camera. The camera at the time was quite big and I didn't feel comfortable at all, but you know, in almost 3 months, I was able to expose, I think, 20 rolls of film, and I'm only working on that work now. Like,
wow.
I've kind of kept it on the back burner, you know, gotta eat, so we gotta like still, and it costs money, so I just like, and at the time I didn't feel like maybe that story was the most important story to tell of myself, so that was like then, and that series of work is like very, very close to me now. You know, and then fast forward a little bit, married and had kid and like started, and then I still felt like turning the camera back onto me, but not only me, I turned it on to us as a family.
Absolutely.
Started to document, you know, our humble beginnings, and just, you know, early life, and I felt like that was interesting to me. And unfortunately, my marriage fell apart, but the camera kept rolling throughout all that. And I felt like documenting it still. Perhaps at the time, you know, towards the end, there was a bit of spite and malice, like almost a bit of like I wanted to document this moment because how much it hurt. And even though it hurt me, it was like for cathartic to kind of do that. I still haven't really touched that work. That stuff is like, it was like 5 years worth of work, and I still haven't gotten like a release from my ex-wife. I haven't gotten a release from my daughter. No one's really like ready to start talking and sharing. And then, you know, more recently I started to like think about how I got here, and like that can't, then I started thinking about my mother's migration story. And so that to me is like where my heart's at now, and funny enough, it speaks to the work that has been shot and in the can 18 years ago. So it's like I'm kind of double ending it right now, but it's busy and it's really exciting, and I'm really eager to start sharing this work.
Awesome, and we can't wait. Again, this is Hbtv, the show, with your host Harry Bugarin and my special guest, my friend Charles Venzon. I do apologize about, you know, your life's journey up until this point, but you know, I'm sure that you're standing on your feet, your head's up high, and things will definitely work out, you know, for both sides. But just wanna reel back about that project about your mom. You went to the Philippines, right? Quick shout out. What part of the Philippines you guys from, and you know what city and what town?
My mom, she's from Bicol, and I got to go visit her area. I believe she's in the south. So, and then my father, he grew up in Mindanao, but he's Kapampangan. So his family's from Pampanga region, but you know, his parents supposedly through being crafty gamblers, I think that is the kind of the backstory. They either had to flee or they had to like keep earning their money. They found their way south. So
I see. Did you have a chance to go to Mindanao and to Bicol as well, or?
Didn't. That's kind of what I was touching on earlier, and that I wasn't able to go and visit my father's side. During that time, it was really heady because of the whole Abu Sayyaf,
okay.
You know, the Muslims and the Christians and that type of thing. So family was just like not encouraging me to go down
Sure,
there.
sure, and rightfully so, right? It's the
Yeah.
safest thing to do. So, but that's interesting that you had a chance to document. You said over 3 months, 20 roles, something that you're just unpacking now and putting things together. I think it's a story that hasn't been told. I mean, stories like your mother, stories like my mom and my dad, and all the Filipino immigrants who did come. My father came through with the U.S. Navy. My mother, she went to Tennessee during the height of the civil rights movement, and so just imagine, a brown woman in Tennessee during that time. But I didn't know too many of the stories that Filipinos did go north of the border to Canada. So just tell us a little bit about that. Like your mom leaves Bicol, comes out to North Americas. Was there opportunity to go straight to America, or was that an opportunity to go straight to Canada? Like, how did that kind of work out for you guys?
Question, man. Thanks for setting that up for me.
Yeah.
It's like, so she's a Bicolana, but most of her life was in Manila.
Okay.
And so, from what I understand, she was working as a seamstress in the 70s already in the garment industry in the Philippines. And there was a call out for garment workers to come to Winnipeg specifically because there's a garment industry. There had been a strong garment industry here. And she caught wind of like maybe one person that she knew that was like living their life here already in advance, my Nina, my godmother. And they weren't that close, but it was just kind of like a friend of a friend kind of said that maybe that might be something you might want to do, She's number 13 out of 14 children, so she knows, right? Like, there's not much opportunity there, and and we can get into that like lack of opportunity.
Yeah, for sure.
But like, so she sees that, and she's like, well, I could be doing this here, making peso, or doing this there, making Canadian dollars, and really, like, I think it was like within a year. She signed up, and she became an immigrant sewing for, I believe, a company called Gemini.
Oh wow! Okay,
Yeah.
good.
Yeah.
That's very interesting. So, in your stories with those photos, what type of themes, what type of stories would you like to get that message out in your project? I believe you're working on a book about this, if I'm correct.
The book is mostly about those like initial photos that I had taken of the Filipinos in the Philippines. This current work, and that's like the past work. The current work speaks more to this migration.
Okay.
My mother's migration. Her name is Vida, and she this. So there are a few things that I want to kind of unfold. So there's this Despedida. There's 3 chapters, and it's all under this like umbrella name of Vida. So the first chapter would be called the Despedida, and it would be like the moments and the times leading up to her departure, the things that she would be thinking about, and like the life that she's leaving behind to go somewhere new. And then there's this settlement period in Winnipeg that is really what I'm kind of quite focused on right now. And it's in Tagalog, it's called tirahan, and it's like the settlement,
Okay.
And so that this period from 1972 to 1974, where it's pre my dad coming, this is a single woman, 27 years old, Winnipeg, experiencing her first winter. Not many Filipinos, it's not as booming. Like I think we have the highest number of immigrants in Winnipeg right now. I don't know if you know that. And like the highest speaking population of Filipinos outside of the Philippines. It's incredible, the Filipino community here. But it hadn't been like that. And so, just what was life like trying to settle in Winnipeg for her? The challenges, language, just being in a foreign place, climate.
Yeah.
the lack of friends, lack of
Right.
family.
It's and so it's great that you bring that up, because for us, especially in the military community, especially in the big cities here up and down California, at that point there were a lot of military bases. So a lot of our family actually from the Philippines, specifically from our town. There were older uncles, older lolos that came before us, so they already established themselves here. You talk about your mom's and her experiences, that the lack of friends, the lack of resources, the lack of community. For us, it was a little bit different, and because we had a chance to be with our uncles and aunties who already were here. A lot of the neighborhoods were concentrated with a lot of the Filipinos. So totally different, totally on a different sides of the spectrum with it, and that's very interesting to know. And your mom is a very brave woman for coming out here and doing that, and a lot of our moms and aunts and uncles as well who did that, who took that journey to cross over, and it's all about a better life for everybody, right? A better life for their family and things like that. So again, you're watching HBTV with my guest Charles Venzon over there in Winnipeg, Canada. So that's all great stuff, man. I wish, would you have a link? Would you have something where we can go find out like updates on how that project is doing, where it's at, and when things would be available for us to possibly buy?
Well, my name is Charles Venzon, and it's easy, charlesvenzon.com, and you can catch updates there. And I've been you got video stuff to go check out. You have some print material, and you can see a taste of that, the older film photography that I shot in 2002. I'm giving a little bit of work, a little bit of a taste on there too. So yeah, look for me there, and then on IG it's Charles_Venzon.
And I got Charles Venzon's information. It's going to be in the description once this is all done and posted up to YouTube. For those of you who are going to watch it and want that information, just click the details tab, and you'll see all of his information there. Got a couple more minutes with you, Charles. I got a couple more minutes with you, so I got just a couple more questions. All right. So I just bought my daughter, my oldest daughter. She's going to be 11 tomorrow. Just bought my daughter. I don't know if you saw my post, but a bright orange skateboard, man. And I know you. I see your post. I see it. You're still skating. You're being active. I tried to go on my daughter's board the other day, and I was like, hell no, I'm not gonna do this. I didn't want to fall on my face or anything. But just really quick, we're from the old school. You can throw in some new school guys off the top of your head. Like your top 5 skaters, man. Your top 5 skaters. Give me them.
I got Mark Gonzalez. He's still one of them. He rides for a company called Crooked.
Okay.
I really love. Feel a little bit on the spot here. I love Mama Skate. She's out there, out in Cali. She's bonkers. There's another lady, Asbiloh, Asbiloh on Instagram. Fire. I think she's Cali too.
Awesome.
I got to shout out a Vancouver skater, girl from Brianna, I believe her name is. She rides for Girl, funny enough. Girl skateboards, and I believe her handle's Brianna. And she's funky, man, and she's got such a wild style and ruthless.
Nice.
And, who else do I love? Well, I gotta shout it out to she rides for Baker. And she rides for Baker, and the name eludes me. Everyone's gonna be freaking out. I remember. But hit me on IG and give me all those names. I'd love to check them out. I don't know if you know them personally, but love to reach out to them and get them on the show as well. I'm a girl dad, brother, so I'm all about girl sports, women doing their thing, and I want to get more women on the show and showcasing their stuff. So that's cool. Speaking of Baker, when I was a high school teacher and I was coaching basketball,
my point guard. I don't know if you know this name. His name is Rami Issa. He's one of those Baker boys. I believe. I may be getting it wrong, but I'm gonna have to confirm with him. But I believe he was. He gave me a killer board. It's in back of my my old
That's
car.
good, man.
I want to give that to my daughter when she gets better. To get going with that. But thank you, Charles. It's great to hear your voice. It's great to see your face, to actually connect. It's been a long time. I just want to wish you all the love and success for all your ventures and everything that you're doing. I'm going to keep tabs on you. I want some updates. I want you back on the show, especially when your projects drop. You know, I want to get it. You know, I want to see it. I want to get it. Hopefully, it's going to be a signed one. You know what I mean? So, you know, just let me know. Let's keep in touch. Much love. And just, is there anything else you would like to say before we sign off?
Man, I just want to thank you too, man, for keeping the flame and doing your thing and doing something that you love and like, you know, in your bio, it's all about keeping it connected, and that's something that you're passionate about.
Sure.
And I'm feeling that, man. And I wish you more success and blessings to your family, man, and everyone stay safe.
Thank you, man. Yeah, and like, you know, like I was telling people, man, this is not a Filipino channel. This is not just a one race type of thing channel. This is for everybody. I want to talk to everybody and anyone. No borders, no color lines. You know, we're all one people under one sky. And you know, my thing is, if someone wants to be that photographer, that artist, or you know, connects with you, you know, for being on this show, and they get inspired by that, and you might get hit like on the IG or on your website or whatever, say, hey, I saw you on Hbtv, you know, I'd love to pick your brain about something. I think that's great, and I want to network people. You know, I want this to be like a whole huge community. So hopefully it comes about, you know, just one day at a time, one step at a time, and one great guest at a time, just like you, Charles. So I do appreciate it, man. I love you, brother. Stay safe out there, man, and be safe, right? You have a good night.
Yeah.
Greetings to Canada, man. I'll talk to you. I'll talk to you next time, brother. Thank you for being on here.
Thank you.
And that pretty much ends our time with our guest, with Mr. Charles Venzon. Great to see him and hear him. So thank you all for being on the show with me and watching. We have another great guest coming on next week. So check that out. Check out the website harrybulgariantv.me for all the updates. Follow me on IG, or follow the channel harry.bulgarian_TV, and there's also a Facebook page. And again, we're always looking for great individuals to be on the show. So DM me, message me, send me a text. Love to hear about that person or people. Love to talk to them. Love to get them on the show here on Hbtv. So until next time, everybody have a blessed week. You guys be safe. If you guys need any masks, like I said, like this one right here, okay? Like this one right here, let me know. I'll get it to the people. And also in the description, Aloha Outfitters. They do all great stuff. They make masks. They make different things. Check them out. Tell them I sent you. Pretty sure they will cut you a good deal. Aloha Outfitters in the description. So again, thank you very much. Thank you for the love and the support. I'll see you guys next time. You guys be safe.